years, rec- recent years, you know that I've been developing business hubs. Different businesses. I've been helping start up a lot of startups and all of that. So I'm very heavy into the business market and developing business, and we saw an advantageous development for driving for delivery drivers in particular, and we started to develop this before the pandemic. However, and I made suggestions to our other hub members to incorporate drivers into their programs, and of course, thinking that our driver hub would be then utilized by all of these different hubs. And exactly that happened with the pandemic. Luckily for our hubs, we had that in place, and they suffered less impact than the rest of the industries out there. So I was right then, and I'm right now about the driver issues you guys are having. Because we're developing this program, I've been seeing you guys hurting because I see it every day. We decided to open up and to allow you guys to get in. Now, only a few of you can do this. It's not for everyone. Um, it's just for those few who take action and get started in your city. In many cases, you'll be starting with us in a city, so you'll be helping to develop our presence in every city. So, and that's more earning opportunities for you. But I don't want to go into that. It's more complexities with that. Just simply by joining us, you are expanding your delivery income to about $17 in addition to what you already make now in with your deliveries. Now let's talk about GoPuff because that's what the video is entitled. We've been observing GoPuff do this the following action. We all know that all of the driver apps, all of them continually advertise for new drivers. They continue to do that. We've already explained why they're doing that, right? They always want to have new people come in because they have a lot of dropouts because of course people are not making enough money. It doesn't make any sense to keep delivering using your cars because it's not a money maker. The guys who do best are the bicycle riders actually. If you have a bicycle and you can do Uber Eats, you're making money because what's the bicycle going to cost you? You don't spend on gas, and you're not worried about any garage bills, right? So no mechanical bills there, very little, if any. So the bicycle rider, they make their money because that money goes into their pocket and they not have to pay anything out. So that's the only ones who are really making Uber Eats money, DoorDash, anything, Lyft drivers. I don't know if they do food, but in any case, whoever's doing food and delivery of packages, the only guys making money just working for the apps are the bicycle riders. Simple as that. And kudos for them. It's great exercise, by the way. But those of you in cars, you guys are losing left and right. It is a losing proposition. I don't care how much money you're making. You are losing. You're losing a lot. You're losing a lot of time to make a lot of money. And that's losing a lot because, with time and with some knowledge, you could make a whole lot more money doing something else, really. So you're losing, bottom line, every which way you look at it. So GoPuff, what GoPuff does, in addition to keep hiring new drivers, that's bad enough. They limit the drivers they have, and even the new ones that come in, to a block of time. You have to work largely within a block of time because that's all the company's going to pay for in terms of your hourly basic income, unless it's replaced by delivery income. So that's how they do it. It's almost like a draw on commission, right? If you make the delivery commissions and tips, I believe the tips are included in the amount. So if that surpasses the basic hourly income that they promise you, then that's what you get. You don't get the basic. But if you don't get enough deliveries, then they cover that basic hourly wage, or whatever compensation. So what they do on top of that, you're competing against hundreds of other drivers for the blocks of time which come out at 1 minute on a single day. I think over here it's Thursdays at 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock midday, you got to be on your phone on good Wi-Fi, because if you're out on the street, you're done. You're screwed again because you cannot possibly get enough blocks and the phone to connect. It's a problem. You have to be connected to Wi-Fi and be calm and sit and get ready to at 12 o'clock to select blocks and start swiping. It's hell on high and high octane. Uh, and most of you are unable to get blocks of time. And then you have to wait to somebody to release some time. Like last night, um, I had 2 days where I didn't sleep too well. I had to wake up early in the morning, but I did late night till 3. So I didn't get enough sleep, and I'm saying, I can do it. I like driving at night. It doesn't bother me. But I said, sooner or later it's going to catch up to. So let me pause this and let me release the block. And so I did that because I know other people need money. They need money. I'm out here doing research and doing other things. Um, and other people needed to actually make a living and do, that's their only way of survival. I have options. So that's not a necessity, absolutely. So, I released it, and yeah, somebody grabbed it up real quick. But what do I see them do? Now notice that I had a block and I released, and I let it go, and somebody grabbed it up right away, because like hungry fish out there. The drivers are like hungry fish. Anything you throw in the water, they all come first one to get it. What does GoPuff do? They release new blocks. They can recreate new blocks if they feel that, supposedly, that the night or the time of day they're going to need more drivers. The orders are going to start coming in. Like they got a fortune teller. Ooh, my crystal ball says, you need more drivers tonight between 7 and 10. So because they got that fortune teller to advise them, they release new blocks. What happens then? What happens is that instead of having maybe 3, 4 cars in a queue normally, they now have 6 and 8, 6 and 8 or more cars in queue. And guess what happens? The orders don't come in. So you have, at any given time when they do this, like 6 cars at least sitting doing nothing, even for an hour or more. That's ridiculous. Okay, so you guys are basically, you would make more money doing Uber at $2 a delivery at that rate. So it becomes a worse option than even Uber Eats. It's ridiculous. They keep adding more drivers, then they keep adding blocks, so that you got a block and it starts getting busy. They don't allow you, give you 3, 4 bags, deliver, and make that money. You're not allowed to. No, it's only 2 or 3 at most, and then, because and then what happens? They have to give only one, because they have to give one to each of the drivers. See, so you only make $3 the delivery. Then you come back to the queue line, and guess what? You're there for an hour and a half. Ridiculous. They keep doing that, and bottom line, I understand why. I'm a businessman. I know what they need to do. They need to be prepared for the rush. And Uber does this too with their heat map. It's not that they got more orders there. It's that they anticipate there to be more orders, which is, again, fortune teller. I don't know if they're using the same one Go uses. But in any case, it results in you going there and getting that time, and just sitting there. You just wasted your time. You wasted gas to go there. You're not going to get your gas money back. You're not going to get your time compensated. You wore out the car. All of that costs money, more money than you're going to make sitting in the queue for an hour and a half for just one delivery, one bag, whenever that happens. So that is what GoPuff is doing. It makes the driving more less profitable, less advantageous, less beneficial to the driver. Again, and this is it proves my case of why drivers need to leverage your deliveries. You got to win at this, and the only way to win it is the way that we've made in our program and made it available to a limited few people who take action. mycbh.com/LP/driver. Simple. Take action. Look at the video. I'm talking to you like I'm talking to you now. I tell you the little points here and there. Sign up. Simple as that. Get moving. But you can't keep this up. It's not sustainable. You can quit and some other poor 18-year-old fool will be joining them tomorrow, and they just continue the cycle, which is that the drivers submit themselves to. It's abusive, but again, it's not like what options do many of them have? The company isn't really like trying to abuse them, but the model abuses them. It's the situation that abuses them, and they have less footing than an employee would have, right? Absolute less footing. So you can't expect to have any benefits like you would as an employee or even as a unionized employee, right? That's not happening. You're independent contractor. But what you guys need to understand is that as an independent contractor, and I'm going to make a video on this point alone. As an independent contractor, you're in business for yourself. You're in business. You got to think business wise. Business wise. Don't don't think as a driver, because if you think as a driver, then you're done. You're gonna get screwed like everyone else is getting screwed. You got to think like a businessman, and the businessman makes more profit. That's what UberEats is doing. They're making more profit from each order. GoPuff, they make profit from each order. They don't give you a discount. If you're a GoPuff driver, you can't get a discount on the food or the products that they sell, right? You just have to order it like everyone else, and that includes the delivery. You're a delivery. You're part of their delivery staff, but yet you have to pay to have it delivered. Either way, because that's the business model. We're frozen in this business model. Again, there's business sense to it. There's business reasons to it, but you as a driver, you got to start also having business sense, just like they have it. You need to have business sense, and basically, how do you have business sense and continue to drive and deliver? By leveraging those deliveries. Make those same deliveries that they give you, make it work for you. You're the businessman. Make it work for you. And that's what we do in our limited opportunity, mycbs.com/LP/driver. That's it. Smart people do it. Other people, yes, I wish you all luck. If you can't have it, you need it. Some people play lotto. I don't. It's a wasted dollar each time. But, if that's the way you live your life, then that's what you do. Let opportunity pass you by, and I guess you'll have to take your stab at some luck, lady luck. See how